tranquility, everything.
Ajinde Jata, the APRC women mobilizer, and Aji Fatuba, her deputy, could not hide their feelings for the day. They both highlighted the numerous developments undertaken by President Jammeh since he took the mantle of leadership of this country, saying that his fourth term into office will only bring in more developments for the country. They urged Gambian women to continue to support President Jammeh, knowing that he still has more to offer to them. Honorable Sidin Jai is the nominated member for youth at the National Assembly, a position that came about in the Second Republic.
What we expect from His Excellency the President is continuous development, continuous progress, continuous peace and stability, continuous socio-economic development in all spheres of life, ranging from youth empowerment, women empowerment, youth development, infrastructure, agriculture, health, education, all other social sectors, you name it, communications, technology, and so on and so forth. That is what we expect from President Jammeh, and that's what also we are sort of 100% that that's what President Jammeh is going to deliver for the people. But it's also equally important for us to know that President Jammeh cannot do it alone. So he needs all of us. Hand must be on deck, irrespective of our political affiliation.
Jibu Jan is a veteran politician and one who was in the opposition in the First Republic. He explained the massive development undertaken by the Jammeh administration. Jibu Jan told the state broadcaster that if he was active in politics during the Second Republic, he would not have been in the opposing bench, for he believes Jammeh is on the right track and does need the support of all and sundry to help in meeting the country's development targets. Jibu Jan went further to commend Gambians for taking the right decision by re-electing Jammeh into office for the fourth time, which he says will only herald more development. Aissatou Badiane Sarr, GRT.
Well, high-profile guests that grace His Excellency the President, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya Jammeh's fourth swearing-in ceremony, have been taking turns to felicitate the head of state. Former Nigerian President, retired General Olusegun Obasanjo, Guinea-Bissau's Prime Minister Carlos Gomez Jr. and the head of the Moroccan delegation have held separate meetings with Professor Jammeh. Abdunjai reports on this courtesy calls and the state banquet hosted in honor of local and visiting dignitaries.
An emphasis in the relationship they share with the Gambia's leadership. Nigeria's former head of state, Olusegun Obasanjo, who still holds that influential role on the continent, said there's always feelings of reminiscence whenever he meets up with President Jammeh. To him, there's no comparison between politics in the Gambia then and now.
I'm a very close observer, let me put it that way, of politics in West Africa in general. But politics in this part of West Africa in particular. And as I've said to the President, and the President has taken time also to explain the current situation to me. As I have said to him, even if you compare what transpired 5 years ago, when before I left office, I was involved in that. The situation before the election, the stand of the opposition and all that. And when you compare that with today, there's obviously marked improvement. And I congratulated the President even on that.
There is every need for continuity, he said, noting political support for African leaders who continue to meet expectations and set standards is crucial for development.
Your Excellency, perhaps this is the last question. You must understand that this interview must be very special for us by virtue of your experience. But as somebody who have really shared that special relationship with our President, how will you describe President Jammeh as a person? I mean, in your own experience.
You know, it's, let me put it this way. Over the years, he has learned on the job, and he's becoming a guru now. When you listen to him, you feel more relaxed. That this, and I have been with him over this period, and I feel that hey, he's grown in the job. He's there. He's now becoming an expert of a kind now.
With regards to the militant group Boko Haram, which seems to threaten every aspect of Nigeria's security, the former president said all that is needed is time, but the problem will be resolved. The Kingdom of Morocco had also sent a special envoy to President Jammeh. Mohamed Ouzine, who is the kingdom's Minister of Youth and Sports, was also a special guest at the president's inauguration.
Excellency Mr. President, and I delivered to him a letter from His Majesty King Mohammed VI, King of Morocco, and where His Majesty reiterates his unshakable will to promote cooperation with a friendly and a brotherly country like Gambia, assuming the historical relations holding between the two countries. And of course, today we can rejoice on the excellency of those relations marked by mutual respect, understanding, as well as the convergence of our points of view concerning a number of regional and or international nature. And I think it was an opportunity where we reviewed the excellency of those relations.
To them, it is not just good enough to end a visit during a national celebration in the Gambia without meeting the president in person. The Prime Minister of Guinea-Bissau, His Excellency Carlos Gomez Jr., did underscore during an interview with journalists the need for Gambian businesses to explore the potentials for investment in Bissau.
Trabalhou bem esses 3 anos de mandato.
I have been just visiting Gambia for the last 3 years, and I realized during this visit that President Jammeh is doing very well in terms of development.
É homem que gosta da Gâmbia e gosta sobretudo da África.
He's a man who likes his country and he likes Africa as well.
Só ontem, na tomada de posse, todo o cenário que vimos, desde o tradicional até o oficial, vimos que ele gosta da África.
Really what we have seen yesterday during the inauguration is that we have seen the cultural aspect, and that shows that he likes Africa and he believes on what he is.
Por isso também viemos para desejar-lhe muita sorte para este 4º mandato, continue a desenvolver a Gâmbia e reforçar a cooperação com a Guiné-Bissau.
This is the reason why we are here, to witness and also to wish him success in his endeavors.
Some of these delegates were hosted to a state banquet by His Excellency the President at the Kuko Ocean earlier on Thursday. The dinner, also graced by the First Lady Her Excellency Madam Zainab Yahya Jammeh, was organized in honor of the President's inauguration. The night was punctuated by performances from a selection of artists and a final display of fireworks, adding color to the whole spectacle. Abinjai, GRTS.
The Prime Minister of Rwanda also called on the Gambian leader after attending the presidential inauguration. Shortly after his closed-door meeting with Professor Jammeh, Prime Minister Pierre Daniel Habumuremyi told journalists discussions with Professor Jammeh revolved around the need to bolster relations between Kigali and Banjul.
It was very good, and we are very grateful for the hospitality. Started by the hospitality, we enjoyed the hospitality. People is kind here. The country is good. The country is good, and we are very grateful. And the ceremonies went very well, and we appreciate. And really, we like the Gambia people. The country is very good, the country is very nice, and we will submit to Rwanda people that Gambia is a nice country which we can share experiences, and we'll come again.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Prime Minister Habumuremyi there after a meeting with President Jammeh. Meanwhile, the Republic of the Gambia and Jamaica have agreed to establish diplomatic relations at ambassadorial level. Amid a release from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, International Cooperation and Gambians Abroad reveals that the development is a manifestation of the two countries' desire to develop and strengthen relations of friendship and mutual cooperation in accordance with the principles of the United Nations Charter and the provisions of the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations of April 18, 1961.9. Well, time now to take our first break. When we come back, we'll take a look at more news. Stay tuned.